attended the Oxford Social Media Convention 2009 on Friday at the Saïd Business School at the University of Oxford. The theme of the convention was assessing the evolution, impact and potential of social media, a fairly monumental task for a one-day convention. We have speakers from both sides of the Atlantic and from the academy, business, media and politics. The convention was ordered around panel discussions with a lot of participation from the audience. At times subversive and always humorous tweets from the audience were also projected on the wall behind the speakers, and the audience voted to do this earlier on in the day. Rather than discuss all the speakers here, I'll concentrate on two of the most distinctive speakers that hopefully convey the general timbre of the conference. The first speaker is Matthew Heinemann, an academic at the University of Phoenix and author of the recently published The Myth of Digital Democracy, published by Princeton University Press 2009. The other speaker I will discuss is Kara Swisher, the technology correspondent for the Wall Street Journal. Hinman was on the panel titled Social Media So What? Assessing the Impacts of Blogs and Social Media. The main thrust of the argument was that the internet isn't inherently democratic, and it is not so much about the medium, but how the medium is institutionalized that makes it democratic, which sounds fairly logical to me. So he discussed democracy in the broader sense and asserted that there are a lot of democratic values and they aren't all about the web. Publishing is an important part of political expression, but as the barriers to publication are so low on the web, anyone can publish, creating a cacophony of noise. In other words, there are a lot of people are publishing, but who is listening? Hinman claimed that the very volume of data on the online necessitates the need to filter, and this may create a new set of gatekeepers rather than usurp the older gatekeeping mechanisms of industrial era media. He also discussed, as he does in his book, that the internet hasn't particularly empowered a new political class, and that unequal political expression and organisation remains. The most important lesson from Heinemann is that technology is not good nor bad, nor is it neutral, and all technological advances don't necessarily advance towards the removal of privilege. All technology advances create winners and losers, and the increased use of social software isn't necessarily good for democracy. We must make it good for democracy. Kara Swisher, on the other hand, was a technological determinist. She was on the panel Blogging at 20, the Future and Potential of Social Media. It may have been that it was the end of the day and people were grappling to find anything more to say about blogs. I have been blogging for 10 years, by the way, but the discussion descended into the usual gee whiz determinist claptrap. Swisher embraced the technological determinist narrative in a vigorous gravitas that I haven't heard since the bad old days of the late 20th century. She performed brilliantly, claiming that politicians and the rest of us, if politicians and the rest of us don't use social software such as Facebook, then we will become redundant. She made an historical and metaphorical leap that made me dizzy, and claimed that as people learn to drive cars and left their ponies behind, democracy must do the same. The usual catalogue of new gadgets was brought to the fore, with the only argument, it seems, that if we don't embrace them, we're all doomed. I tweeted a message that was projected on the wall behind her head: technological determinism is bad, technology is good. In ending, the convention shouldn't have concentrated on blogs so much. They're really not that interesting. Also, would have liked to see a speaker or two from China and other countries as the US and Britain were overrepresented. Plus, I would have liked to see more evidence presented, as Bill Dutton, the director of the Oxford Internet Institute, did. Conventions such as this are always in danger of being hijacked by trivia dressed up as revolution. As Dutton argued, the internet reconfigures rather than changes. It has always been social, and even wondered if it was possible to have an overview of the internet at all now. But still, in the words of Bill Thompson, the technology critic for BBC News Online, people do remarkable things if you remove the need for them to ask permission. Thank you very much.